This is iFIBER 1 News. Here are today's top stories.
A plea deal has been reached for one of two defendants in connection to a federal counterfeit and narcotics case in Moses Lake.
The surprise race for Chelan County Sheriff has gotten a lot of attention.
Mark your calendars. The Washington State Parks and Recreation Commission has announced the dates for 2019 State Parks Free Days.
The Ephrata girls soccer team was locked into the number 3 seed in the CWAC no matter what happened in yesterday's matchup.
From the iFIBER 1 newsroom, this is iFIBER 1 News. And it starts now.
A plea deal has been reached for one of two defendants in connection to a federal counterfeit and narcotics case in Moses Lake. Emily Coates pleaded guilty Thursday in U.S. District Court to possession with intent to distribute 50 grams or more of meth. As part of the plea deal, 2 counts of passing counterfeit obligations and 1 count of possession with intent to distribute heroin were dismissed. Artem Kirichenko, a co-defendant in the case, remains charged with 6 counts of passing counterfeit obligations, 1 count of possession with intent to distribute 50 grams or more of meth, possession with intent to distribute heroin, and felon in possession of a firearm and ammunition. Coates and Kirichenko were arrested April 23rd at the Moses Lake Walmart after police were notified counterfeit cash had been used. Police say Kirichenko had 2 fake $100 bills when he was taken into custody. During a search of Coates, police found a small amount of meth, multiple counterfeit embossed credit cards, and 2 digital scales in her purse. A search of the suspect's vehicle uncovered more than 100 grams of meth, a small amount of fentanyl, 46 grams of heroin, prescription pills, 20 ecstasy pills, $9,000 in cash, a .40 caliber pistol, and counterfeit bills. Coates told investigators the two had come from the Seattle area because it's easier to pass counterfeit cash in the small towns in eastern Washington. Coates also said Kirichenko trades drugs for the counterfeit bills. Moses Lake police say fake $100 bills were used either by Coates or Kirichenko at 8 Moses Lake businesses. This is Joe Utter for iFIBER 1 News.
This segment is brought to you by
Change doesn't have to be complicated. With a low-profile microwave hood combination that's ready to install right out of the box. It fits in the same space as your under-cabinet hood, so you can get your microwave off the countertop and make space for the routines worth keeping. The low-profile microwave hood combination from the #1 selling appliance brand in the USA.
Whirlpool Appliances, now available at more furniture in Ephrata.
The surprise race for Chelan County Sheriff has gotten a lot of attention, but next door in Douglas County, the sheriff's office is up for grabs for the first time in 12 years. Harvey Jesdahl retired from the post in June, and his undersheriff, Kevin Morris, was appointed to the post. East Wenatchee police officer Leon Leidy mounted his own campaign for the job, and on October 10th, the 2 veteran lawmen debated at a Wenatchee Candidates Forum. Douglas County has no deputies assigned to the Columbia River Drug Task Force. Morris says he wants to find funding to contribute an officer.
It's expensive. It's over $40,000 just for equalization fee to get back into it, and we have to establish what is best for our community. We just got some more bodies for the boots on the ground, and we cannot afford to take a body from our day-to-day patrols and reassign them as the Columbia River Drug Task Force.
Leidy, a former state patrol trooper, has made rejoining the task force a priority in his platform.
We have an opioid epidemic in this community, in this country, and not having a representative from the Douglas County Sheriff's Department on that task force means that Bridgeport, Mansfield, Waterville, Rock Island, they don't have a deputy that has a vested interest in their communities as far as drug crimes go.
Among the biggest challenges for law enforcement, the 2 men said, opioid addiction, school safety, and mental health.
We are dealing with this every day. Taking mental health people to jail is not the solution. It simply stops it for the night. It really doesn't stop it for the rest of the time.
Both Leidy and Morris are Republicans. Douglas County ballots go out this week to all voters, and they're due back November 6th. Jefferson Robbins, iFIBER 1 News.
This segment is brought to you by
Your taste buds bored? Well, then bring them to Jay's Teriyaki. Not only does Jay's have a variety of teriyaki dishes, they also offer mouth-watering salads and sides. Call Jay's 509-764-5155. Jay's Teriyaki, located at 123 East Broadway in Moses Lake, because it's all in the sauce.
Mark your calendars. The Washington State Parks and Recreation Commission has announced the dates for 2019 State Parks Free Days. The Commission is again offering 12 free days next year in which day-use visitors won't need a Discover Pass to visit state parks by vehicle. The first free day of the year is New Year's Day, with the remaining days spread throughout the year. 2 more state park free days are available in 2018, including Sunday, November 11th for Veterans Day and Friday, November 23rd for Autumn Free Day. The free days are in keeping with legislation that created the Discover Pass. The pass costs $30 for an annual pass or $10 for a one-day permit and is required for vehicle access to state recreation lands managed by Washington State Parks, the Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife, and the Department of Natural Resources. For more information and a list of all the free days, visit discoverpass.wa.gov. This is Joe Utter for iFIBER 1 News.
The Afraid the Girls soccer team was locked into the number 3 seed in the CWAC no matter what happened in yesterday's matchup. After making districts last season, Prosser had a down year, entering the game with a 1-8 conference record. Prosser stood strong initially from the Ephrata Tigers' flurry of shots. Ephrata made 4 shots on goal, with 2 more soaring over the top of the net before one finally landed. 3 different players all made goals in less than 2 minutes to give the Tigers a sudden and decisive lead. Tigers held on to the 3-0 lead going into halftime and piled on 2 more goals in the second half to ultimately win the game 5-0. The Tigers finished the season with a 12-4 overall record and an 8-2 conference record. They'll next play in the first round of districts this coming Tuesday. Ephrata will host Quincy, with the winner advancing to play at Ellensburg the following Thursday. I'm Adam Chikoski for iFIBER 1 Sports.
This is iFIBER 1 News. For more information on these stories and other news, visit us online at iFiber1.com or check us out on Facebook.